So hello, my name is Meik Wiking, and I am the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute. And I'm also the author of several books. One of them is called The Little Book of Hygge. And what we try to do at the Happiness Research Institute is to have a scientific approach to happiness, well-being, and quality of life. And I think we've shown that our homes are an overlooked aspect in what drives happiness. To me, I think it's also a great inspiration to me actually to try and focus more on what is right under our nose in terms of potentially unlocking more happiness in our daily lives. But it's a huge study. We've interviewed or surveyed more than 13,000 people. As far as I know, is one of the biggest studies in this field. So we're really happy to be working together with Kingfisher and publishing the GoodHome report. So obviously there is a huge data set and there's a lot of super interesting findings. To me, some of the highlights are that there's a great connection between our happiness and our homes. We can see 73% of people who are happy with their homes are also happy with life overall. And 15% of our overall happiness is directly linked to happiness within our home. So it's actually a more important factor than the level of income for people's happiness. I think that's super interesting. We can also see that when people feel happy with their homes, they also experience other emotions. They experience being proud of their homes. They experience a level of comfort. They experience identity, that their homes reflect who they are. They experience that their homes give them a safety, and they experience a sense of control over their homes. Now, all of these factors are important, but what we see is actually pride is the most important factor. What we can also see is those people that are interested in home improvement and do home improvement, whether they do it themselves or get others to do it for them, are far more likely to be proud of their homes. 74% of those people are proud of their homes. If you look at those people that are not interested in home improvement and don't improve their homes, we see that only around 34% are proud of their homes. So with the GoodHome report, we've also been able to create some myth busters. What we found is that big homes do not necessarily equal big happiness. That size actually doesn't really have much to do with whether people are happy with their homes or not. What seems to matter to people is the perception of space. So it's not the actual square meters or square footage, but it's whether rooms feel big, it's whether rooms feel spacious that seems to matter for people. Another myth that we've busted is a lot of people equate home ownership with happiness. A lot of people are trying to get into the real estate market, but we can see that a lot of people that are lifelong renters are also happy with their homes and happy with life overall. But often we become influenced by norms, and if a lot of our friends and families are homeowners, then we're also more likely to want to own a home. I think that the GoodHome report is also a sort of collection of inspiration for people, things they can do to improve the happiness with their home that we find evidence for in the data. Simple steps, utilize the space better, go green-fingered, add some green or access to green areas in your home. We see social homes are happier, but also fixing things, getting things done, getting things sorted. So I think actually one of the most surprising things in the report is actually how much our homes matter to our happiness. But we actually give them very little attention, and we invest perhaps not as much as we should in creating a nice space. And what we can see in the report is we shape our homes and then they shape our emotions in return. They impact our happiness. So I think, to me, one of the interesting parts or most interesting parts of the report was highlighting the importance of our homes when it comes to happiness.